here's the thing that people don't know, that if you have good genes, they can be turned off, by the way, with putting crap in your body, like eating that nice fried chicken with the fat backs, and then eating all kinds of stuff with lard and butter and excess and processed foods. Processed grains, processed sugars. Guess what? Those amazing genetics that you have, there are genes that can be turned off and on. Welcome back. We are on the Dr. Nandi Show talking about genes and how the old idea that your genes control your destiny just isn't true. And I'm joined by my panel guests, and we're ready to take some questions from you. The gentleman here, please, what's your question, sir?
Hi. What would you tell the rare people who were lucky enough to be born with good genes? Can they sit back and relax, or do they have to be more proactive?
What do you think, Brian? People who have good genes, quote unquote, can they just hang out on the couch and everything will be fine?
I've heard the term, and I don't know if it's accurate, that your genes are like the bullet, but the environment pulls the trigger.
Absolutely.
So
that's absolutely true.
I would say that why gamble your life away? And if you have the good genes and that good fortune, why not capitalize on it by taking some preventive steps? Because prevention is always going to be better than trying to maintain a problem once it manifests.
Absolutely. Jenny, what do you think about that?
I think eventually it'll catch up with you. I think that you have to be proactive, like Brian said. I think you have to do something all along the way, make it a part of your lifestyle rather than dealing with something that comes up later in life.
Now, Antonio, what do you think about that? You can just do nothing?
There's additives to the water, food, personal care products, so nobody is really living with a perfect set of genes because we're living with suppressed immune systems in this country. So you have to take preventative steps. Actually, my story, I built a brand out of that, so I have a lot of great information on detoxdayspa.com that people can check out. They can come see me. I have internal detox programs, external detox programs. I combine the two as well in 35-day detox programs, but I always tell people prevention is key.
And here's the thing that people don't know, that if you have good genes, they can be turned off, by the way, with putting crap in your body, like eating that nice fried chicken with the fat backs, and then eating all kinds of stuff with lard and butter and excess and processed foods. Processed grains, processed sugars. Guess what? Those amazing genetics that you have, there are genes that can be turned off and on. People with bad, quote unquote, genes can have signals that can turn off those bad genes, but people with good genes, you may not have those expressed. So remember, you can never sit back because it's really all in your hands. And you can also, we've been talking about how being proactive, if you don't or not proactive with your good genes, you can also go the other way. So you have another question. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what did you learn from your experience with traditional medicine and the way it looks at genetic disease?
I'll ask Erica this. People, for example, so many of my patients are diabetic.
Right.
And they say, well, doctor, every member of my family has diabetes, and so I'm really done for. Is that true? Looking at some of the programs that you have in your company, if your genetics suggest that you have diabetes and your family history, does that mean it's over?
No, actually, there's this great study that just came out. They had 7,000 people. They followed them over 5 years, and they looked at a particular gene that's really well associated with diabetes. And they found that the people who actually adhered to a Mediterranean-type diet, they took that risk, which was about 2 or 3 times higher, all the way down to the same as if you didn't have the gene.
I think you add to that some movement. Don't just sit there on your couch. Add to that spirituality. Yes. Don't have a toxic environment. Brian, how important is a toxic environment for the expression of good and bad genes and determining your future?
This show is not long enough for me to talk about. Okay, what we're really facing in this country is, and in the world, is what I like to call consumption illness. Your skin eats too. And it's the largest organ in your body is your skin. We don't think about the hair products we put. We don't think about the air fresheners that are putting petrochemical molecules into the air. They say the average neighborhood has 10,000 foreign petrol-based molecules floating around in the air. We have all types of toxicity in the form of particulate matter.
Thank you so much, you guys, taking the time for answering all our questions. I can't reach you guys, but thank you so much. And we'll be right back after this with Partha's Prescriptions. Great show so far. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Partha Nandi, and if you enjoyed that video, you're going to love the next one. It's full of incredible information to help you start your health hero journey.